Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I just finished a project that was totally new to me. I filmed the tutorial while I was learning how to do it, so it's not going to be a perfect tutorial, but if you like making new projects, kind of figuring it out as we go along together, these are the videos for you. If you're looking for something that's a perfect tutorial where it's really dialed in to every last step and you can just follow along, this is maybe not the one for you. But this is what we're going to be making today, is this folding ephemera holder. It's an accordion folder. It's made from 2 envelopes and it just opens up like this to hold all your little bits and bobs. Really useful. You know, we all have tons and tons of scraps and things. And so that is what we are going to make. And I'm going to take you into the tutorial now. Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here. And it has only been a couple of days since I got back from Crafters Convention. And I had such a great time. I will do a simpler craft with me video here where I'm working on something and just chat with you a little bit about it. But I wanted to, I've had this project kind of hanging out that I wanted to work on. This is something that I'm experimenting with. Hopefully it'll have worked great and I'll be able to edit in a little bit in the front end of the video for you guys to see what it is we're making. But I love these little ephemera folder books, and I've made them out of hardcovers before. You know, it's an accordion on the inside. I actually don't even have one handy right now, so hopefully I'll have been able to show it to you. But I wanted to try an experiment with making them out of envelopes because I have tons and tons of little fussy bits, and especially at the convention over the weekend, like I just had a big paper bag, and it's just really useful to be able to keep different sizes of different things in different places a little more organized. So I wanted to see if I could make something out of envelopes and papers that would work for me in this regard. So I've taken 2 envelopes of the same size, and I have cut off the top flap of one of them. And my plan is for this to fold up and for this side flap to be kind of the outside flap for this guy. And I have printed out my Greek language papers pack and cut them all down to size so that when they fold in half, they're going to fit right inside of these envelopes really nicely. And then I have gone ahead and folded them all in half. Those I'm planning to be the inside accordion of my envelopes. Okay? So, but the first thing we're going to do is try to put these guys together so that they form our cover or our outside. I've also cut pieces of book cloth to use to put these together. So the first thing I'm going to do is try that out and see how this does. I think this is about where I want them because they will leave enough room for my accordion to kind of come in here pretty simply like this, right? That's about right in terms of, I might want a little more room. So I'm going to just mark that. You won't see this. I'm going to cover it up. Just going to go ahead and mark that on about where I want it. And I'm going to glue that up. And I will say that Fabri-Tac is not usually the best thing for book cloth. I find it a little better with what's it called? PVA glue. I use the Lanco stuff on my envelope journals usually with the book cloth, and it does seem to hold better. It seems to flex better. But since this is just for me for now, I'm going to try it with the Fabri-Tac because it's just easier. The Lanco I have to get out and dole out, and use a brush and all that, and I don't feel like doing that, so I'm gonna just test it out with this guy at the moment. Just like this, and see how this goes. And I do think that this whole process may take more than one video. So I'm just gonna get as far as I can today and see where we're at. So apologies, this is something I haven't done before. So it may not be a super polished tutorial. But I like to come up with new projects and just try them out. And I feel like I might as well video what I do, right? Because maybe there's things we both can learn along the way together. I'm not super huge on like perfecting the thing before I try to film. That was as part of the thing about starting my YouTube channel is I was just like, I just want to be casual about this. I just want to do some documentation and, you know, maybe you guys take some stuff away from it and you can pick and choose and take or leave what you like and don't. I know I just saw someone in one of the groups saying that she was looking for tutorials that got right to it and just took you through. No chatting, no rambling, no waffling. And then there were other people who commented on that thread, you know, that there are channels they like that just sit and have a chat. And I like some of those too, and I watch them. So I think I'm gonna now go ahead and put this piece on the top to cover up that inside. The only thing is we are gonna then be gluing our pages into that, but that's okay, I think. Hopefully it will hold. I do want it to be something other than this. I maybe should have gone with paper here for something a little more flexible. I don't know that it really needs to have a super strong spine at the core of this guy. It's just gonna hold little pieces of paper, but that's a lot of glue. And the book cloth just really doesn't absorb the Fabri-Tac very well, so this is gonna be gluey. If you want it less gluey, PVA is probably the way to go with book cloth. Or you could use something else. You could use just a bit of fabric that you have or some ribbon, and that would work fine too, I'm sure. So that gives us our cover structure. My plan is for this to fold up like this and have this top flap be that outside. Put a closure on the outside of that. So next we've got to put together our papers. So all I'm doing with these, so I've cut them to size. So you want to do that. I just marked, you know, they were 8.5 and I just marked where it was going to be. I wasn't too precious about this because these are going to get glued up. They're on the inside. You're not going to see them. So I'm just going to glue along the edges on either the top or the bottom, not both, because I'm just gonna pop these up on top of each other like this in order to make those pockets. And you can ink these if you want, ink them at the top. You will kind of see the top. This fold is not perfect. But I didn't do any inking on this because I just, like I said, I really wanted to just try it out and see how it worked. It's a completely new project that I'm making up based on my experience with other things. You know, like I've made things like this at other sizes with different materials, so it's not completely new. It's not out of nowhere. But it is, I have not made this exact thing in this exact way before. So hopefully it's fun for you and me. So I'm just gluing all of these guys. You can also use tape if you prefer to use tape on these. It can be nice, especially with an accordion folder like this, particularly if you have skinny tape that won't reduce your pocket size too much. The tape is just, you know, with the glue you have a lot of mess potentially because you need to get right on the edges. I'm also putting these all in the same order together so that that bottom is lined up with the other bottoms and the tops are lined up with the tops so that I don't lose track and glue something in upside down. So that is it for my pockets that are gonna go inside. And so now with these, what I'm gonna do is glue them to each other. I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this. I don't remember how I did it on other accordion pockets that I've made, but I think I just want to do the tops. I think I just did the tops on the other one. Let's see how that works. Try it out. I feel like that's not enough though. If I should do it along the sides. I know some people will use little, you can also use little pieces of paper that fold up like accordions on either side, and that might ultimately lead to a better result. But I'm gonna try this with just gluing my tops together for now, just with a little bit right in the middle here. This might prove to be too sloppy, but we'll see. If it is, we'll fix it. So I am just gonna glue right in this top area because really all I want is for these to come into my envelope cover and be able to display out like that in that accordion shape so that I can dump stuff in there. All my little guys. I'm just trying to experiment with these being lined up. The problem with this, the problem with using glue for this, and actually I do recommend you use tape for this piece because if you use glue, it gets everywhere and then it's wet and you end up gluing your pockets together by accident. So I should have used tape. So hopefully you're watching this video before you're making this and you can just start with using tape. Right? I'm gonna open these up to make sure that they don't get stuck together, but they are fairly gooey. All right. It'll be okay. A little bit of extra glue. There. So we have an accordion that looks like this. It's glued together at the top. And now what we want to do is take that guy, and actually what I was originally thinking I would do was not glue them down to here. I was going to glue them to here. So do I want to do that? My question is, do I want to do it I want to make this a pocket still? I don't think so. I don't think I want to fuss with that. So I'm going to just use tape on my outsides of these guys. So I'm going to put tape along all four edges of the two outside pieces. And then just we'll stick them to the envelopes. Oh yeah. I need to figure out, I didn't think about a closure either. All right, so we want these to go kind of down here, right? So that it's gonna sit in there like that. So I'm gonna make a little mark on this again. I do kind of, because that's gonna show then. So actually what I'm gonna do first, I have this piece of paper that matches the ones I'm planning to use for the outside. I'm gonna cut a piece to cover over that section there that's gonna show. So kind of like this, yay big or so. Yay, so happy to have my straight cutter back for cutting. I use scissors at the convention. All right, so sides and top, and we'll put this guy in just about like that. And that should, I think, cover us. And actually, I may need to do something like that for the other side too, but oops, before I glue the other side in of the pages. Ooh, and I'm gonna take a big old breath while I do this. Sorry if my energy is a little frenetic. I've been super busy with follow-up and things since I came home. And my day job has been busy too, so there you go. I've been wanting to film this video since before I left. So I'm kind of excited about it. It's been sitting here waiting for me. Okay, where's our top? This is our top. Our papers are getting glued together. They need to be held apart. Open up, open up. No glue, no glue, no glue. All right, so we're gonna take this guy. I'm gonna put a little glue in the middle, or a lot of glue. I don't know, my boyfriend tells me it's a lot of glue, but I'm used to wanting things to really stick. And I've had some experiences with things not sticking. So I tend to favor lots of glue. All right, so I'm gonna line this up in here. and actually bring this guy up like this with a little bit of room on each side, and just put that guy down. Ooh, this is fun. I love making new projects. I think it's gonna work too. I hope. So I fold that over, give it a good crease so that it comes kind of into place here before I glue anything. And take a look. I guess it's gonna be a little tricky to see what I need here. I actually might want to cut this off a little more. Phooey. Yeah. It's a little high. My flap doesn't want to fold over there. So I think I'm going to take it down. New ink that takes off my edge, but oh well. First time doing the project, it's not going to be perfect. Next time I'll know. Okay, so that fits a little better. I didn't ink the outsides of these either, which I kind of want to do. I'm liking it. All right, so that fits. It's still a little bit high, and it's still, you still could come another ways. So I don't know what this is. Is this tape? Did I leave? Did I not pull all my tapes off? Did you guys see me? All right, fixed with some ink. So the question is whether I want to put more paper on the inside here. Problem is, I think what I'm going to do, all right, yeah, so this is the answer. I think what I'm going to want is a piece that goes over the inside here, the whole inside. And I don't want to do that yet because I want to put my closure on first. And I actually don't have my piece for this part yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my base pieces onto, so this guy here I have for my front, maybe. And I've got this guy prepped as well. And these are, I think these are called Pale Blue Vintage or something like that. These are in my shop. These are my designs. Yeah, I like that. I like that on the back. So I'm going to put these guys on here, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to cut something for that outside flap. And I'm going to figure out a closure as well. But let's see where we're at. We're already at 23. So I'm going to call it good and call this part 1. And we'll do the rest in part 2, which will be coming soon. Thank you guys so much for watching.